Hello and welcome. One of the keys to being a goddess with your time or a time goddess is to prevent and to plan for potential unexpected occurrences. Most people, when they're learning how to manage their time better, and it's really not even about managing your time better, right? Like, what woman wants to manage her time? That's one more thing on the to-do list. Time freedom is about prevention and planning and these daily success habits that you've been implementing. And it's also about, listen, as women, we are managing a lot of different things. There's going to be something that occurs probably on a daily basis, hopefully in a smaller increment, of something that you didn't expect to have happen. Having these practices in place will set you up for success. What I want to point out here, though, is that planning for monkey wrench time, if you will, isn't to plan for having something happen like a disaster, because of course, we talk about having faith in the direction of your desires and visualizing that outcome that you want to have happen. So this is just called being in reality, right? There are certain things that we have in life, and as human beings, we have a need for certainty and uncertainty. And there are going to be things that occur, and maybe they're great things. Maybe it's at the last minute you got invited to do something spectacular, like travel to California, like in a week, and you have to rearrange things to make them happen. The point is that you have in place these specific practices that allow you to deal with these things more easily. And when you're not already in drama when it comes to time, then when these things happen, they're not going to take you out of the game. They're not going to throw you into spinning and freaking out and getting stuck up in your head and lashing out at the people around you and not knowing what to do and literally telling yourself, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, which is a message to your subconscious brain to stop thinking. When these kinds of things happen, it is an invitation for you to be open to a learning experience and having it shape your character. And the beautiful thing is when you overcome these unexpected occurrences with empowerment, there's a deeper level of self-trust and a deeper level of connection within yourself that happens as a result. So it's kind of like a nice little added bonus. But every day there are going to be things that interrupt you. And you might even interrupt yourself. I'm really good at interrupting myself, and I have to be paying very close attention and have a very strict self-discipline around not having too much self-interruption, if you will. And then other interruptions that occur as a mother, of course, I have children and there are interruptions that occur with that. There might be unexpected things that happen throughout my workday where maybe someone got sick and I need to run to school or this or that. And so really paying attention to what these occurrences might be and how to plan for them to prevent things. That's where your power is really in planning ahead of time and having in place the people that you need to have in place, or the things that you might predict, like if you're planning a launch, for example, in your business, and you know that there's going to be a testing period or a pre-launch period where you're looking at what works and what works. So for that duration, it might not make sense to plan out too far. And then there are other times where you have more predictability and you can plan out further. And when you get all of these different things in place that support you to be as successful with your time as possible, then when these occurrences happen, it won't be something that completely and totally derails you. I'll tell you about a time in my life when I was in some serious time drama, and it was a big occurrence. So something unexpected and big, and right before I was getting ready to travel to LA for 11 days. And my SUV went up, the transmission in it went up, and I was just beside myself. It was right before my son's birthday, and it's, winter where I lived at the time. And I'm traveling to California and I've got all of these things that I need to get done for work before I go. So all of a sudden, it was like everything became urgent. Everything became an A task. And I wasn't quite sure how I was going to manage finding a car or figuring out what I was even going to do about my SUV having the transmission go up, let alone get all the things I needed to get done and pack and get on a plane and plan my son's party and pull it off with success all by myself. And so what I realized is I knew that I wasn't going to buy a car in this kind of an urgent situation. I really wanted to take my time figuring out what car did I want, even though I had kind of been thinking about it because it was in the back of my mind that this SUV wasn't going to last forever, and it was over 10 years old. So I freaked out a lot for practically a whole entire day. And I can remember standing in my kitchen and saying out loud to myself, Rebecca, you've got about 30 more minutes of this, and then that's it. That's enough. And when we're going and spinning out of control about time or anything else for that matter, we really do need to talk to ourselves and parent ourselves that way, because otherwise we can go on and on and on, and we'll call up this person and call up that person, and we're going on and on in our heads. That is never going to contribute to you being a goddess when it comes to time, and it is never going to contribute to a positive outlook. Einstein says that a problem will never be solved from the vibration and the level of which the problem was created. So if a problem occurs, by the way, it's a neutral thing, okay? We're the ones who give energy and meaning to the problem. And so when this occurred, I was giving energy and meaning to the problem, but it was going nowhere fast. It was going down, down, down. I was spiraling out of control. I was complaining. I was just having more chaos and drama. And this is a conditioned response that women learn. They grow up in environments where there's chaos and drama, and then they continue to repattern it when it comes to time when they grow up. And it becomes somewhat of an addiction. And a woman who is really on the path to incredible success in her life has to take control and has to have discipline to eliminate this, to operate from a place of responding and not reacting and not going into spinning. And so after I got myself out of this, I gave myself 30 more minutes, I stopped. And I sat down and I grabbed a piece of paper and I wrote down all of my options. And I called my coach and had a coaching session. So it's really important to get the support that you need. I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm so unavailable for any kind of drama, my own self-created drama or anyone else's drama. And as soon as I'm creating drama, I'm just like, enough already. And I'm immediately texting my coach and saying, I need a session because I'm so unavailable to my own drama. And that's a really important decision to make. So what I did is I wrote down the different options that I had. I could go out and buy a new car and potentially not have it be the car that I wanted and make a quick decision, big purchase like that, which I really didn't want to do. I had an option to fix the transmission, but it really wasn't the best thing to do because my mechanic was saying that it was really not worth putting the money into that car. It was kind of, that stage of the car's life. And then I sat for a moment and I remembered one of my clients in Canada who had taken over a lease. And I wondered, wow, I wonder if we have something like that in the States. And so I started Googling, and we did indeed have that. And the coolest thing actually happened. And when you choose to get more creative, when you're not seeing a solution, miracles show up. And that's what I want for you too. I want you to make a decision in this moment to not be available to your own time drama or anyone else's for that matter. To no longer let yourself go into spinning out of control when it comes to time, and move into a place of creativity and engaging with the universe so that you can have a miraculous solution show up from a totally different vibration. So what I did when I sat down with the paper is I got out of the vibration of having challenges and spinning out and going, oh my God, and what am I going to do? And I have this to do, and I have to get this done in my business, and I have to pack and get on the airplane and la 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 la, is that I took myself into a totally different vibration, the place where the problem could be solved. And what happened was I found this guy that lived nearby who was looking for, I think it was 3 months or 4 months of taking over his lease. And it was a Mercedes. And I was so excited because I was like, oh my God, it totally changed my vibration. I mean, it was incredible. Like, I had just kind of become newly single at this point. I think it was a newly single mom and financially independent for the first time in my life at that point for maybe only 8 or 9 months. And so there were a lot of things that were triggering me at that point to take me out of the game. And I was really committed to overcoming those. And so I went and I had my personal assistant drive me to meet this guy to pick up this Mercedes. And I'm telling you, every time I got in that car, I was like so excited. And I was even thinking of buying it from him. But then what happened is I decided what I really wanted was a Mustang convertible. And so at the exact time that I went and purchased my Mustang convertible, he contacted me and was like, you know what, I actually need my car back. And so it was just so perfect. It was so perfect. And that solution is available for you. That perfection and that miraculousness is available for you when you make the preparation for these unexpected events that are and occurrences that might happen, and you get yourself out of the vibration of where those unexpected occurrences may have shown up, and you move yourself into the land of creativity and miraculousness, and you take a stand for getting the support that you need during this time where you're spinning out when it comes to time drama. This is your opportunity. This is your invitation, and I know you can do it.